Alright guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay Will. So the first thing I did when I got the UMIDIGI Z Pro, took it out of this premium box and took it right outside and started looking at the cameras. This has dual 13 megapixel cameras on the rear, and then it also has a 13 megapixel camera on the front. And I gotta say, both are very impressive. I've been really obsessed with these phones like this that have these lower price points. Of $199 for this phone, you get a metal build, 2.5D curved glass, dual SIM. You get a Helio X27. The Helio X27 is a deca core, which is 10 cores. So the performance on here should be pretty good. One problem though, this is still running Android 6.0, which is a huge letdown because I can only imagine how fast this phone would perform if it were on 7.1.2 at least. Nonetheless, with 6.0 on here, it's running smooth. It does have a really old patch on here, like February of this year. This is an older phone. This isn't a brand new model to the market, but this phone has really good cameras, and I've actually been pretty impressed with them, to say the least. Build quality on here is actually really good. You get a fingerprint reader, you get 4 gigs of RAM, you get 32 gigs on board storage, and you can actually use it with an SD card if you want to. I will say though, I'm not really impressed with the fingerprint reader. It reads sometimes, and in most cases it doesn't. So I'm probably going to disable that when using this. This phone does not get LTE in the US, but you could pick up 3G on Cricket or AT&T. But the performance on this phone has actually been pretty good since I've been using it. But again, the cameras is what I really like about this phone. I could probably actually use this phone to record a lot of footage on the channel if I just didn't want to use the HTC U11. And there's other phones that I could possibly use too. But I do have this phone right here, which actually is a great alternative for phones in the US that want a good camera with stock Android. Speaking of stock Android, this isn't running stock Android. This has like that overlay. This is a real mild overlay from the company, but you really can't tell. It's pretty much still stock Android. But overall, the build quality on this thing is superb. I mean, it's got a metal body, 5.5-inch 1080p display. This is a really good package, a really solid package. It has a headphone jack. It's got Type-C. Speaker down there on the bottom, but I would definitely put like Nova Launcher on here or something like that to help this phone, I guess, the software look a little better. But it does have some pretty nice features like a turbo mode for downloading, but we've seen that before. Basically, you can use your Wi-Fi and your cellular network if you're having trouble doing the download and you want to get it faster. But overall, this has been a good experience with this phone so far. I've actually been using this, and I didn't do like a separate unboxing or a separate camera video because I wanted to put it all into one and let you see exactly how well this phone actually does. And again, it costs $200. So if you're not in the US, this is a phone that I could probably recommend. Only downside I see is that for me, the fingerprint reader isn't very good. And then also it's still running Android 6.0, I believe it is. And I don't see the point of releasing a phone with that old software, but it's still happening. There's a ton of other phones that are getting released with older software for Android, and I don't know why. This phone has 10 cores. So why not give it Android 7.1 at least? Now, there is a thing in the software saying that it could pick up, it is upgradable to 7.1, but we'll see how that is because we're now heading into 8.0 on devices, and it's kind of surprising that this one's still released with 6.0. Nonetheless, I will put Nova Launcher on here, and I'll give you a follow-up video later on, but this was just my initial, to let you know I do have this phone. I've had this phone for a minute, and it was time to put some footage out on it. So, this is the UMIDIGI Z Pro. It's actually a pretty stellar looking phone. Good hardware. Software is dated, but it still runs smooth. Cameras are actually really decent. I think you'll like the camera footage that you see from this phone. And you could probably shoot videos on your YouTube channel with a phone like this. It's your man Jay Will. This is the Z Pro from UMIDIGI. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. This is a 4K sample from the Z Pro UMIDIGI. It's the rear camera. This camera has the dual lens, two 13 megapixel cameras. And it's 3x zoom at 4K. Pretty good camera quality. I don't have any complaints. Looking pretty good. camera has really good front camera as well. Really good quality. I'm kind of surprised at the footage that it's getting. Yes, I'm still under the weather.